Hey, how's it going everybody? Coach Kyle here. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and a like. Follow the channel, subscribe for future videos. Look back at old ones, there's a bunch of them. If you find this topic especially helpful or interesting, please share it. And if you're interested in learning more about running or nutrition coaching, visit kylekranz.com. Get a hold of me and we'll talk about how we can improve your fitness, your running, your motivation, your accountability, decrease your injury risk. Today's topic is about preventing burnout and more severely full overtraining. And overtraining isn't something, it's a word that's thrown around a lot, but like overtraining is a real syndrome. It's a combination of various issues. But if you're just feeling like burnt out or fatigued in general, and that might not be full overtraining, but it's fatigue. It's accumulated fatigue. It's burnout, and there are ways to prevent this. And it's mostly about being mindful about what's going on. So from a coach's perspective, one thing I can do to kind of manage, prevent, I'm gonna say burnout, is to be mindful of how the individual is performing. There
are some reminders for Kyle.
Is the individual feeling well? So on Final Surge, you can mark how a run went, how you felt. And if they're trending towards good, if they're all green, then I know things are going well. If you're hitting your goal splits for workouts and you're feeling well doing it, then that's good. We're on the right path. If you start to not feel so well, if your heart rate goes up, your pace goes down, if you can't hit your goal splits, and it's not something to do with heat or terrain, etc., we need to maybe lower the training load for a little bit. Something else that comes into play is individualized training loads. So when I work with people, you're not picking a Hal Higdon plan. I interview you to learn about your current training habits, the training you've done over the last 1 to 3 months, what plans you followed in the past, and I prescribe training moving forward, weekly or monthly, based on what you've recently done and what you are doing. So it's individualized. I try to find that balance between, not too much, not enough, that Goldilocks zone of mileage, and that can vary from week to week and month to month. Something else is checking in with my clients. So I do Skype video or text check-ins to ask how things are going. So aside from logging the workouts, I get feedback from the individuals on how they're feeling. And oftentimes I learn about, that communication is key. So I had a lady who last week, she moved to a new job, and the person that was supposed to train her suddenly retired. So she was in a new position at work without somebody to train her. So I don't think she ran last week. Work was hectic. She has a moderately long commute. So last week was basically a wash. So that communication, knowing that work is crazy right now, that matters. That the pre-written cookie cutter plan you download doesn't account for that. But me as a coach, I do, if that communication is there. Something else is, like I said, with the individualized plan, not doing the same thing over and over again. So typically with most people, the long run is typically on the same day, and the track or tempo type run is typically on the same day, and the day before the long run is typically a 5 or 10K with strides, same with the day before the workout. But adding, making it fun can improve how you feel, and it improves your fitness. So, and you can take this with your own training as well. Change it up. It's fun and it's good for your running. With the athlete, with you, what you can do is, again, it's very similar to what I can do. It's being mindful of what's happening outside of your running and taking that into consideration when you're writing your training schedule or when you're modifying an already written training schedule. It's good to take a rest day if your long run didn't go well and you were just extra fatigued, or it's good to take a rest day if work is crazy and you're at the office for 12 hours or something. So there are many things you can do as an athlete, as a self-coached person, to modulate your training load. Also, talking about those non-running things, like making sure you're getting good amount of sleep and good quality of sleep. So optimizing your bedroom, optimizing, have a go to sleep alarm, waking up well, daily nutrition, making sure your daily nutrition is on point, making sure your post-workout nutrition is on point, making sure your intra-run nutrition is on point. All this, your daily stress, not letting people get to you if there's an a-hole at work. All this matters when you're thinking about your running. And it matters in your daily happiness as well. So, if you're happy, if you're feeling well outside of your running, you're going to probably run well. And if you're feeling well in your running, you're probably going to be happy outside your running. So that's what it comes down to, is just feeling good all the time. And while I'm talking about the importance of all this for running, like I just said, it comes into play in your daily general life as well. So any thoughts or comments, drop them below. Let me know what you think. And as always, you keep running, I'll keep coaching.